Good afternoon, welcome on into another episode of From Day One. Let's rock a ride with a Sov Cit trying to tell people their way around.
You may be more sympathetic about this flat earth nonsense than I am. But if I'm going to have to argue about everything from who she is to what the charge is, it'd be easier to just put on the prelim. From the affidavit of probable cause, her conduct was outrageous with a capital O.
Me?
Yep.
All right.
All right. Give me your ID, please. Give me your ID, or I'm going to place you under arrest for failure to ID. Do not resist.
Hey, David, you on record?
Record away.
Get my stuff. Get it. Everything. You're hurting my wrist.
Cool. Citizen BS isn't going to work here.
Let go! Officer Hanson has kidnapped me. He put handcuffs on me.
How can I help you? Yeah, ma'am, I'm stopping you. You're the driver. You're the driver of the car. I'm stopping you. You're free to go. No, ma'am, you are stopped as part of a traffic stop. Okay? A legal traffic stop.
Do not touch me.
I don't care. Give me your ID.
Do not talk to me.
Give me your ID.
No. You
Okay.
pulled in here after I was
I saw the infraction on the road.
You can leave.
I saw the infraction on the road.
I saw you tracking me.
Yep.
All right.
All right. Give me your ID, please.
What's going on? Why are
I'm stopping her. You're not involved in this. You can leave.
You're not stopping me.
Yes, I am, ma'am.
No, you're not.
All right. Give me your ID, or I'm going to place you under arrest for failure to ID.
There was no crime.
Give me your ID, or I'm going to place you under arrest for failure to ID.
A crime involved?
Don't touch me.
Do not resist.
You got it on record?
I'm telling you, you're messing up. Yeah, I'm recording all this.
Record away,
Get
sir.
my stuff.
Yeah.
Get my
I'm going to
stuff.
grab her stuff.
Get it. Everything.
You're hurting my wrist.
You need to be
You?
careful. 7-year-old lady, young man. You really need to do
Get out of my face now!
Edward Sam, boy, 4292 on a silver horse.
Heard it.
Your sovereign citizen BS isn't going to work here. Get in the car.
Let go of me. Let go!
You're harassing this woman. That's wrong for you to do to her.
Okay.
There's no crime.
Stay out of my safe
There
spot.
was no crime committed. You need to realize there was no crime committed at all. There's no
Call
interest party now
911.
except for the woman that you tossed
Call
inside of that car.
911.
She's under arrest.
You
Come in. Call
She's
911.
under arrest.
before that. This is
Call 911.
you're about to lose your job over this.
Central 43.
Hey, 911. Officer Hanson has kidnapped me. He put handcuffs on me.
Boy, King.
He's kidnapping me.
I have one under.
He threw me in his truck. He manhandled me. He's breaking my wrist. I feel like I'm bleeding. I'm still on my face. Down in the back of the seat of his cruiser. He threw me in here.
Got it on recording too.
He threw me
Okay,
in
that's
this
great.
truck.
Have a nice day. You can leave.
I demand to be released. I want the sheriff here right now.
Is your ID in the car?
Hanson has kidnapped
Is your ID
me.
in the car?
Hanson has kidnapped me.
There's no ID.
Could you stand away from me, please?
Will you just listen to what is going on, Mr. Matt Hanson?
And stop acting like we're doing something
Okay.
wrong.
What's going on is I saw an infraction on the road. Just because you pulled into the driveway, it's not a safe spot. I get to conduct a traffic stop. It doesn't matter.
Up here.
That doesn't matter.
You decided to pull into our driveway and
She failed to ID on a traffic stop.
Right,
She's going to jail tonight.
what?
Yes.
What? Okay, so say that again.
She failed to ID herself on a traffic stop. That is.
This was not a traffic stop.
Yes,
We
it
were
was.
already out of our vehicles. It's on your recording and everything.
Yep. Okay. Is there ID in here?
911! Call 911!
Because there's no crime committed.
Is her ID in that purse?
You need to let her go. You're not allowed to get in that car. Please close the car door.
Are you the owner of this car?
Are you the owner of the car?
Are you the owner of this car?
Are you the owner? Now you're illegally trespassing in another vehicle.
I'm being kidnapped!
I'm not in the vehicle.
This isn't your property. You need to get out. You need to let her go.
You can record me. Keep your mouth shut and stay over there.
I don't have to keep my mouth shut because I'm on my own property and there's no crime.
All right, let's go on the record. We're about to deal with the last scheduled matter of the day, and I'm going to start over again. The title of the case is People versus Rosalind Ray Keenan. The allegation is that on or about May 16th in the village of White Pigeon, she did resist and obstruct a police officer and drive with a suspended driver's license. Resist and obstructing is a felony. It's punishable by up to 2 years imprisonment. And driving suspended is a traffic matter, punishable by up to 93 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. Carries 2 points on your driving record and requires that your license be suspended. Someone who is identified as Rosalind Keenan is present, and she wanted to explain more about that. We'll give her a chance to do that, but prosecuting attorney David Marvin is here, and he's representing the state. So let me ask you again, are you Rosalind Ray Keenan?
I'm here on as sui juris in propria persona, Rosalind hyphen Ray colon, family of Keenan, comma, beneficiary. Is this on record?
Yes, everything has to be on the record, so it's all being recorded.
Okay, I'm here on the special appearance, and I'm a free woman on the land. I'm here under fraud, menace, and duress. I am the private woman, Rosalind hyphen Ray colon,
All right.
Keenan. The all capital mentioned name is the only appellation given to me. Anytime I autograph is to be done in a certain manner that I have here, or it's forgery. Could you do this for the judge, please? That's my name, thank you.
All right, I'll accept this.
Thank you.
All right, so I think we have the right person here. When she signed her bond, she signed it as Rosalind Ray Keenan beneficiary with quick bail bonds. All right, now we've got another issue. This is a felony charge. The first one is. The second one is under the motor vehicle code. And it requires that we have a preliminary examination, or it requires that you're entitled to a preliminary examination. We had a pre-exam conference last week, and you expressed at that time that you did not wish to have an attorney. You're here with you this morning without an attorney, and we'll address that in a moment. You've been talking with Mr. Marvin. You have an absolute right to represent yourself. I normally don't recommend it. Mr. Marvin will sit down and talk with anybody, whether they're an attorney or whether they're a layperson. So you and he have been meeting to discuss this. Mr. Marvin, is there a plea offer here?
There is, and I'll tell you about that, but I wanted to mention that this is, I believe, the third time we've sat down, and so this is dragged out a bit, but only because she's not represented, and in these 3 separate meetings and adjournments, the court has allowed those, and I appreciate it. I have spent a lot of time with her and her son, who's here, who's always been here, and they're very honest and they're good intended.
Thank you.
And I think that we've come to a resolution that I believe is fair. I'm gonna state it for the record, and only time will tell if she's gonna accept it, in hopefully 2 seconds, but what I would do is offer an attempt resisting and obstructing and dismiss count 2. And I would ask that the court set this for sentencing at a later date, and I'd ask for 6 months. And if by that time there's no other incidents with law enforcement or any other reason to continue, I would dismiss this, or at any time before that if I felt that it was necessary. And again, after working with her, I don't think this is the kind of thing that should be, I would hate to see this upstairs as her first felony. I think that she's interested in a way of life that she's honestly trying to understand, but I think that partly to assist her, I've kind of hatched this plan, and I've offered that. I have the feeling she's going to take it today, but if not, I've got my officer and we're ready for a prelim.
He's offering to reduce the driving suspended charge. And he is offering to dismiss the felony charge and reduce it to a charge called attempted resisting obstructing a police officer. That's a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to a year in jail and a fine of up to $1,000. Do you understand that charge?
No, I don't understand the nature and the cause of the
All right,
charges.
Mr. Marvin, let's just do a prelim. I'm not gonna tap dance with her. You may be more sympathetic about this flat earth nonsense than I am. But if I'm gonna have to argue about everything from who she is to what the charge is, it'd be easier to just put on the prelim. From the affidavit of probable cause, her conduct was outrageous with a capital O. And so I'll give you one more opportunity, Ms. Keenan. Mr. Marvin is agreeing to dismiss the driving suspended charge. The record shows your license is suspended from Indiana and you don't have a valid Michigan license. That's a benefit. It won't affect your driving privileges.
Excuse me? What did you say about the?
It's a benefit. And
No, before that, about the license.
He's dismissing it. And it won't affect your driving privileges here or Michigan or Indiana if he dismisses that. So he's offering to dismiss it. And that's a benefit. He is offering to reduce the felony charge to a misdemeanor. And that's attempted resisting and obstructing a police officer. If you wish to do that, we can pursue it now. If you don't, we can take testimony. The officer's been waiting here for 3 hours. What would you like to do?
Are you asking me to take a plea?
I'm asking you if you're willing to accept the prosecutor's plea offer.
Well, I don't understand that.
Mr. Marvin, let's
Explain
just
it.
put
I'm
on
not
a
playing
prelim.
games. I'm serious.
You are playing games. And first of all, you
I'm
don't.
trying to advance to
All right,
what I'm
stop.
here
You
for.
don't interrupt the judge, whether you're a flat earther or not.
I'm not flat earth. So.
All right, well, this crazy stuff you're saying, I've got very little patience for it. You don't have an attorney, which concerns me because these charges could result in your incarceration. I will appoint an attorney for you. All you got to do is tell me. But you also have the absolute right to represent yourself. So do you wish to represent yourself, or would you like me to get an attorney to assist you with this?
It's my right to appear for myself.
It is.
I don't think it would be a violation of your oath of office.
To do what?
To if you did your duty under the Constitution, because I'm seeking legal intent, not advice.
Well, do you want me to appoint an attorney for you? Or would you like to represent yourself?
So may I ask, what jurisdiction is this, civil or criminal?
This is a criminal case, which points out the fact that you could use a lawyer if you can't tell the difference between a civil and a criminal case. Criminal case means you could go to jail, in this case, for up to 2 years. In a civil case, there's no possibility of jail. It's usually over money damages or other types of non-jail relief, like other types of non-jail relief. So yes, this is a criminal case.
Well, thank you. So, you said the record is on.
Yes.
Could the record of the court show that this is a criminal action? And my next question is, I know that the Constitution grants the court two types of criminal jurisdictions. One is criminal jurisdiction under common law, and the other is criminal jurisdiction under admiralty or military tribunal venue under Article 1, Section 8, Clause 17 of the Constitution.
With Clause 17 of Article 1, Section 8, also known as the Enclave Clause, Congress established what would become Washington, D.C. as the seat of the national government. It was important not to house the national government within any particular state, as that might give undue power to that state's legislature.
The two are totally unrelated.
Under which of these two jurisdictions is the court intending to try me?
This is statutory jurisdiction of the law of the state of Michigan. It's not any of those things, including the wacky admiralty clause people try to invoke. This is criminal jurisdiction authorized by the state legislature here in the state of Michigan.
Thank you. Well, please let the record of the court show that the court intends to conduct a criminal action against me under a statutory jurisdiction. But that makes me wonder, I have never heard of criminal action under statutory jurisdiction, and there is no such jurisdiction established in the Constitution. And I will be able to proceed if you can show me where I can find the published rules of civil procedures under a statutory jurisdiction and where this nature, cause, and jurisdiction exists. It is crucial that I have the published rules of procedure so that I can conduct a fair defense and fair trial. Otherwise, this needs to be dismissed. And I would like it in writing, please.
Thank you. It's not civil procedure, it's criminal procedure. And the defendant doesn't come up and show, court, tell me why I get to do this. You've been charged under the criminal statutes of the state of Michigan, and I've just advised you of that on the record. I'm just trying to establish at this point whether you want to represent yourself or not. As I mentioned, the conduct in here in the affidavit or the bond information report is outrageous with a capital O. And you could very well go to jail for a substantial period of time. Mr. Marvin was trying to extend to you an opportunity to avoid that option, but you're wasting all of our time with this stuff that doesn't have any legal merit. I'm offering to give you an attorney who can actually argue any legal merit or advise you or assist you in this regard. But we've had some White Pigeon police officers here on overtime for several hours. They're still waiting for you to decide what you wish to do. I haven't even gone over the first. Well, first of all, we had to establish who you were. That took much more time than it deserved. Secondly, I'm trying to determine whether you wish to have an attorney or not. Again, you do have the right to represent yourself. You wish to, but you've exhibited to me that you don't understand the law, and you're at risk of being incarcerated for this conduct. So to further comment on Mr. Marvin's offer, if you pled to the charge of attempted resisting and obstructing a police officer, he offered to defer the sentence for 6 months, and if there were no further problems, to dismiss it, which is very generous based on the police report bond information that I came with the file. So what would you like to do here today? Do you wish to represent yourself?
Thank you. I know I can peer for myself. I'm competent and I am confident. Okay?
All right.
So,
The next question is, are you
Please.
willing to accept Mr. Marvin's plea offer to plead to the misdemeanor charge?
I wasn't completed with what I wanted to say to you, please.
Okay.
May I? Thank you. So I wanted to say that I don't believe it's a violation of your oath of office if you did your duty under the Constitution, because I'm seeking legal intent. Okay, so I have the right to peer for myself. In order to intelligently defend myself, I have to know the jurisdiction this court is operating under, because the rules of civil procedure under common law jurisdiction are very different from the rules of civil procedure
All
under
right, stop.
admiralty or military
Stop.
tribunal venue.
Stop. You went through this before.
I
This
know,
is not civil
It's the
procedure.
Sixth Amendment grants me the right to know the jurisdiction being applied,
And I told you what it was.
and it gives you the duty.
All right, stop. If you interrupt me one more time, I'm gonna find you in contempt and you're gonna go to jail. And
Objection, please.
all right, please.
Please,
We're gonna
sir,
talk
may
about
I-
this
the
tomorrow at 3:00. I find that you're in contempt.
I
You're
do
going
not
to
wish to
jail
be
right
held in
now,
contempt,
and we will,
sir.
well, you have been.
I'm
This
simply
matter
trying
is
to
adjourned until
exercise
tomorrow
my
at
Sixth
3
Amendment
o'clock.
rights, please.
So you can think about it
And we can go
overnight in
forward
jail.
with this right now, please.
No, you're going to
I do
jail
not
for
wish to be in
24 hours.
contempt.
I know you don't wish to go to jail, but you certainly
I
have
will
earned it.
continue with this if you'll please let me finish.
We'll talk about it tomorrow at 3:00, and you will be more respectful to the court.
I
You
can
will speak.
provide the
You will not interrupt the
citations.
court. Your citations are meaningless.
I'm sorry I
So you
interrupted
can
you. If
go
you wanna
with the
continue-
officer. I don't want to argue about it. Take
I'm
her
not
out of here. We
arguing.
will address this tomorrow at 3:00.
Stand up and put your hand.
No.
I can't get her aspects she has there.
They'll get them for you. You can give all the paperwork to him.
Thank you.
Mr. Marvin, I don't know what you've got tomorrow at 3:00, and I don't know what I have, but we'll take another shot at this tomorrow.
Justice takes time.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, and I don't think this was a fair trial,
We haven't had a trial yet.
a fair preliminary.
We didn't even get there yet.
Please be careful with this one.
Yep, absolutely. There we go. Sorry. Yeah, it's okay. We're gonna go over here, Ms. Keenan. Yep, I'll get all the property for you. We're gonna go right over here.
Here, fill my pockets. Hide the key.
Listen to the officer. Yep, I will get all the property from you, ma'am, and whatever property you want to release to your son, I'll be more than happy to. She's going into custody for contempt.
Okay, let's go this way.
And then let's watch out for this chair here.
Be right there for a second.
There we go. Go ahead and watch your foot. There we go.
That's it, then it's court over.
Yeah, we're done.
Can I say something?
Yes?
I don't think that she was trying to be in contempt of court, she was trying to exercise a right. And I think it was just a misunderstanding of how to, for her to be able to pronounce that, but,
Well, I told her to stop and she didn't stop, and she doesn't know what she's doing. She needs a lawyer. And she's gonna contempt herself into 90 days if she doesn't be careful. So we'll address this tomorrow at 3:00. And to whatever extent you're advising her on this stuff, you're not doing her any favors. Mr. Marvin gave her the sweetest deal where she could not have a charge on her record. And all she wants to do is argue about admin law.
please have that record still, or that chart, that option still, if I talk to Mr. Marvin.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, you can't represent her as a lawyer,
I know,
but he could, yeah, Mr. Marvin.
And with that, we'll leave the afternoon session to a close. Come on back tonight. We'll pick up the rest of this moron in court Sov Cit style here on From Day One. We'll see you tonight.